to my reading vlog for The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This is my most anticipated release of the year. I am so nervous. I am so freaking nervous, and I wanted to make sure that I made a little chronicle of my journey reading the conclusion to what is definitely my favorite fantasy series. It might not top The Name of the Wind. It depends. I wanted to make a few predictions at the start of this video. So one prediction that I have is that Rin is going to die. I just feel like Rin cannot survive given everything that she's done, everything that she's gone through and experienced. I just don't see a world where Rin just rides off into the sunset or lives. Akasha, what are you doing? What you doing? I can hear you. Hey, Akasha. And like lives to old age and is, you know what I mean? I just don't see that happening. This vlog is not going to have any spoilers in it though, so I'm going to be very careful not to spoil anything. I also theorize that Alton is going to play a very large role in this book. Maybe not during the first half, but in the second half of the book. That's my guess. Those are pretty much my only two predictions. I have no idea where the story is going to go, and I'm so freaking excited. I am currently on page 110, and I already have thoughts, y'all. I have thoughts. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is I am obsessed with the amount of detail R.F. Kuang is giving to the military strategy. She thinks of absolutely everything. And I love how detailed we get into strategy and movements and battle tactics. I just think it's wonderful and I nerd out over it. I also really love that Rin and Kitai are being schooled. Just because they're sharp cookies and because they're the protagonists of the story doesn't mean that they're always right. And I love that other characters in the book who have more battle experience are like, yo, just because y'all went to Synagard for 3 years doesn't mean that equates to 2 decades of warfare experience, of battle experience. And I really like that. I love when authors let their characters be wrong and let their characters make mistakes. And there's a new character in the story. You meet him really early on. And I just like, I have feelings that he and Rin are gonna bang. Just a little bang fest, you know, maybe like once right before a battle, you know. It'll be kind of like an Arya Gendry situation. And I really funk hard with this character because he is so sharp. I love his banter, and he's both a combination of very strategic of a thinker, but also still really entertaining. Like, he's not dry and boring. And I love that he calls Rin out on her bullshit. And I just, like, I really look up to this character and I dig him, and I'm so excited to explore his character more and see where it goes. However, you know, I hope he doesn't die. But honestly, the one thing that I want out of this book is some sort of conclusion between Rin and Najah. I want a lot of confrontation between them. I want a lot of Najah time. Najah, I'm trash for him. I am. I'm just gonna say it. He is like my favorite character. I love Najah, which is funny because he is everything that I don't like. Okay. It's dog park time. Okay, I'm almost done. She wants to go to the dog park. We're going. Okay, okay, you're just gonna stand in front of the kid. I'm almost done. Okay, so I really want Najah and Rin to hook up. I ship them. I do. I know that he's problematic, and okay, but I really do want them to hang out sexually. Okay, yes. All right. Well, it's dog park time, so I am going to take her to the dog park, and I will check in with y'all when I get further on in the book. puppy. So I woke up today with a lot of apprehension on my chest because I have a friend, a very close friend, who is a photographer, and she photographs BIPOC individuals at the site where George Floyd was murdered, at his memorial. And she's asked to photograph me today. And I was super honored to have been asked, but I spent a lot of time at the memorial when I was in the midst of protesting. And so I have a lot of feelings attached to that memorial, as so many people do, as so many Black folks do, right? And I've paid my respects several times to George Floyd since the protests. You would think that every time I visit it would get easier, but it's always excruciatingly painful. And you know, so I just have mixed feelings, but I'm like, yes, I think it will be healing, and yeah, like for sure. So I was in the middle of getting ready. I was almost completely ready, except I didn't get my false eyelashes put on yet. I was almost completely ready, and I hear screaming. Like I hear like cheering, and there's car horns going off, and like I can hear it still. I know y'all probably can't, but I can hear it. And I knew instantly, like I knew intimately, that Joe Biden had been elected president of the United States, that Kamala Harris was now the first Black Asian vice president of the United States of America. I knew. And I checked the news, which I, like the rest of the country, I've been glued to the news for the last, what is it for? It's November 7th right now. So the last 4 days, just refreshing and waiting for updates and not getting any. And yeah, it was confirmed. Joe Biden is now president of the United States. Donald Trump is out. And that news made me feel, something about that news made me feel a little bit safer about going to the memorial. It gave me the courage that I needed to visit George Floyd's memorial today. I'm just very happy. I know I might not look it, but I have a lot of mixed feelings going through my head, and it just feels really good. And I love that Akasha came and sat right by me, because she knows intimately my emotional states. And whenever I'm experiencing any kind of heightened emotion, whether it's joy or sadness or whatever, she comes and sits right by me, and I love her. And y'all who've been watching my channel for a little bit know that whenever she comes into this room to disrupt the camera, it's like she only comes in this room when she's trying to drag me out of it because she wants to go play. Akasha, I'm trying to film. Ma'am, we are going to the park. We're going. I just need to film this update. Excuse me. Hi. She does this whenever she is like over waiting for me. She'll just come and stand in front of the camera. Akasha, please move. Please move. We will go to the park as soon as I'm done with this update. Okay, that's not necessary. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your contribution to society. Ma'am, sir, you can't be in here. You can't be in here. Okay, all right. Akasha, don't rip that off. Nope. Okay, let's leave the room. Give me 5 minutes and we're going to the park, I promise. 5 minutes. What are you looking at? Go. I love you. Yeah, I love you. Okay, goodbye. Va. Thank you. Good girl. I'll be right there. Okay. And I think this is the first time that I've been filming and she actually came and just like peacefully sat by me, because she knows that's what I needed. She's also really smart. Like she knows when I'm here that I'm filming and not paying attention to her. So whenever she comes in, she directly tries to sabotage my connection to the camera. It's super cute, super funny. So it's been a couple days since I last updated y'all. I have been doing my usual dog parks, watching spooky movies, eating my weight in candy, in Halloween candy, you know, the huge. And now I am on page 300 of The Burning God. And y'all, I have thoughts. I have so many freaking thoughts, but I have to tell you about yesterday. So I took her to the dog park. It was gorgeous. It has been like 30 degrees here and hardcore snowing for quite a while. And now we're in the 70s. There's literally been a 50-degree difference. So because of the great weather, I'm trying to take advantage and spend as much time as possible with Akasha outside. So I took her hiking. We usually spend an hour hiking. We go 2 hours a day, once in like the early afternoon, once in the later afternoon. So 2 hours total. But we spent 3 hours out hiking yesterday. We spent 3 hours on the beach and in the woods, and there were so many dogs there, and I was wearing my mask, but everybody else was just like,
yep, pandemic's over, we don't care.
So I was wearing my mask and I was sitting on top of this tree, social distancing while everybody like ran around the beach. And the dog was just having a blast, just running up and down the beach, getting dirty. It was just so beautiful, and I got so much reading done. And look at all these tabs. I still haven't tabbed the first part of the book yet, but I tabbed the 200 pages that I've read, and I literally went through my tabs, so I need to go buy more. As you can see, I've got lots of thoughts. Sorry, puppy. I'll put my booty on her nose. You done? Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you. Okay, so before I talk about the book, I have to tell you what she was doing yesterday. So I'm gonna put the footage in right here, but she loves standing at the bottom of this little, I don't know what you would call it, like a ravine or a ditch. And she likes when I stand on top of the ditch and I kick little rocks or leaves down to her, and then she'll try and catch the leaves in her mouth, or she'll chase the rocks and try and block them before they get to the ground. So I'm gonna put that in right now so you can see. It is the cutest freaking thing.
Hi. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, puppy. Hi.
So let's talk about the book. I'm officially halfway through. The book is 607 pages long. I'm on page 300. Yeah, okay, so where do I freaking start? I have so many funking thoughts, y'all. So the first thing that I want to say is nothing has made me feel more nostalgia while reading than this book. It is insane how much the author makes you feel nostalgic for who these characters were in book one. It is insane. There's so much reliving of moments in book one that you're just, I don't know how to describe it. When you read book one, I think you really feel that these characters are so strong and solid and confident and complex. And when you read books 2 and 3, you're like, oh my gosh, they had so much growing to do. And it's just insane to look at how hardened and seasoned these characters have become. And so that causes you to feel intense, almost violent nostalgia for their innocence that they had in book 1. And you didn't even realize how innocent they were in book 1 until you get to this book and you've lived through the things that they've lived through and seen the things that they've done. And just, it's so hard to explain. But I am burning with nostalgia for Najah when he was just this awful classist jerk snob that I hated in book 1. And I find myself missing that because it was so much better than what he's suffered now, if that makes sense. And same for Rin, same for Venka. Like, I miss Venka. And she was a hardcore jerk, right? I don't know, I'm not explaining it well, but this book, usually I connect with 1, maybe 3 characters in a series, right? This book has me connected to so many of the characters, even the characters that I don't like or agree with and that I don't personally see eye to eye with. I still root for them. I'm still deeply invested in them. I'm still enthralled by them. And that's a rare thing for me. And I think it's kind of rare for a lot of readers. The character work in this book is nothing short of masterful, but what I'm loving about it is the character interactions. The best way I can describe this is, for those of you who have watched Game of Thrones, the last season, yes, we all know that season was trash, okay? Straight up basura. But I think we can all agree that the magic of that season was that you had waited 7 freaking years for certain characters to interact and confront and to see them in the same space. You've been waiting 7 years for these epic confrontations, and then they finally happened. And that's what you're getting through Burning God. So like every possible confrontation is happening in this book. The characters that have hated each other and detested and strategized and planned against each other are now coming head to head. And this is one of my favorite tropes. Wow. This is featuring one of my favorite tropes where not only do characters go on a journey together, but when unlikely characters go on a journey together, the particular characters who are on this journey really shocked me. Okay. And I'm just really enjoying their interactions. And also, the author has turned characters that I loathe and despise into characters that I'm obsessed with. And if y'all know me, you know that I'm a stubborn mule. I am. Like, once I make up my mind, it's very difficult to change it. However, I don't make up my mind about things until I have as much information as possible. So I'm not one of those people that like makes iron rule decisions without adequate information. But once my mind is made up, it's made up. And so I really love that Kwong has made me change my mind about so many of these freaking characters. The quotes are amazing. The yearning and the pining is amazing. And another thing that I'm really loving about this is I feel like, and I can't speak for everyone, so I'm just going to speak for me. In book 1, you are in love with Rin. She is impossible not to root for. It is impossible not to root for the underdog, for this girl who has clawed her way out of nothing, who's had to overcome just the things that she's had to do to get to where she was in book 1. Were so freaking impressive. And then you get to book 2, and that's when people start to hate her, because not just because of the incident on the island.
Y'all know what incident I'm talking about.
Not just because of that, but because she is so reckless and refuses to listen to counsel, and she just makes objectively poor decisions. And in that book, I realized not only how young Rin was, but that she's not particularly intelligent. She's incredibly driven, and she's incredibly resilient. And she's studious, but she's not smart. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped rooting for Rin, not because of the kind of like, not because of all the murders, but because I just could no longer stand by her character, because her character was being short-sighted and impulsive. And I just don't vibe with temperamental, impulsive characters. I like my characters to be heavy on the strategy. I like them to be cool and calm and calculating and collected, which is why I love Kitai's character so much. But yeah, I just stopped rooting for Rin in book 2. I still loved her, but I had more complex feelings for her versus like the blind worship that I had in book 1, which I appreciated because I wanted to have more complex feelings about Rin. I've been saying this for a long time on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever, but blind idolization of anything is never good. Whether it's an author, a character, nothing. It's never good. It's never good to just 100% worship anything, in my opinion. So I actually really liked that the author challenged my worship of Rin. Then in book 3, I feel like she's learning. She's like evolved. She's still impulsive, but she's not stupid anymore. I don't know. I'm really impressed with her development. It's like she was developed and then underdeveloped, like deconstructed, and then she's being rebuilt from the ashes, literally like a phoenix. I'm so obsessed. There are literally so many quotes that I wish I could read to y'all, and just so many little things and theories and feelings and reactions that I would love to share, but spoiler-free video, so I'm not going to do that to y'all. I will say that this book has made me love Kitai even more. My pink and my light yellow, like these little light greenish tabs, are every time this book has made me happy. And it's very rare in a dark fantasy where I have this many pink tabs. I'm telling you, I'm feeling so much throughout this book. It's a roller coaster ride, and I'm only halfway done. I'm gonna stop talking here. I am off to make myself a morning latte, and I'm gonna get some reading done. I have about like a half hour, I think, before I have to leave and go meet my friend. And I'm gonna take the pup on a walk. She's doing so well with our walking. I have her trained to walk directly beside me, and I'm so proud of how she's doing with that. She's making such great progress in her training. And if you've been following me on Twitter, you'll know that I've talked about how heavily how clearly abused she was when I got her. And I've talked about like the progress that she's made, and I'm just so proud of her. She's honestly like a different dog. Okay, so I will check in with y'all after I do the portrait and after I've read more of this book. I'm just so fucking excited.
I just want to see a little butt shake, please. Just like a little.
But it's so, my pants are so tight.
Okay, we see the little wiggle. Thank you for making the magic happen.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so if it's not gonna fuck you up, will you explain what you're doing?
Yes, okay, so right now, so this is developed, right? And this is in water. So now I'm gonna fix it. So to a lot of people, it looks like it's developing, but it's pulling the unexposed silver out so you can see the black background so that it looks positive. So this is the fix.
Wow.
That was beautiful. Oh, good job.
Oh my gosh. That's all you, baby.
It's your face. It's your face.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel ethereal.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I can see my nipples.
Yeah, I'm here for it. For you.
Free the nipple.
Free them. Beautiful.
Wow.
That was
That is amazing. And you poured ether over it?
great. So I start with a piece of black aluminum. And then I pour a mixture called collodion that has ether in it and a couple other different salts. And then those react with the silver nitrate to become light sensitive in the darkroom.
Mm-hmm.
But basically kind of like the cheese on the cracker, if that makes sense. Kinda
Gotcha.
Like, it's like sitting on top of sitting on top of the aluminum. So it's like creating that emulsion.
Uh-huh.
And then the silver nitrate is what makes it light sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I'm ready to shoot, I load that into the camera, into a special holder that's light tight, and I put it in the back of the camera and expose it, and then come back and develop it with like a different mixture that's like ferrous sulfate and vinegar and like alcohol. And then that develops, so that like makes the exposed silver turn white or silver.
Mm-hmm.
And then and so then the parts that were unexposed or that are dark end up being black because the ground of the aluminum is black, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
It does make sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
Got you.
Okay, so it is the next day and it's early in the morning. It's like 10 a.m. and I've got the puppy. Where is she? There she is. We're in the car. We are in the parking lot of the place where we go hiking, the dog park. It's really huge. The dog park that we go to, it's really huge. There's a beach, there's tons of trails for hiking, and there's a ton of cars here, so we're sitting in the parking lot waiting for a spot to open up, and she's just longingly staring out the window. I figured I would give you a little bit of an update. Yesterday was amazing. I ended up staying for the majority of the day and helping out my friend make the tintype portraits that she makes. They are, tintype, for those who aren't aware, is a classic form of photography, and she's so amazing. She's such a talented photographer. I'll leave her information linked down below so you can check out her photography. And basically what she was doing is, for the Black community, the service was free, and for Black allies, it's a $60 donation, which all of those proceeds get donated to the Agape Community Center, which is the only community center that specifically seeks to help out the neighborhood, the specific neighborhood where George Floyd was murdered in. It's just pretty awesome. I love what she's doing. Then I went home and spent the rest of the night reading the Burning God. I am only 100 pages away from its conclusion, and I'm so excited. Things are getting hot and heavy. So much has happened. Can't wait. So I brought the book with me. We're just gonna sit and read and enjoy it today.
All right, so you excited? I'm coming, pup. Come on. This person just walked by me and was like, oh my gosh, it seems like it's super sandy.
We're on a beach. A beach.
I know, puppy. I know you hate when I'm in here. Okay, take your bone with you. Go ahead. Take it with you. Take it with you. I don't want it. Akasha, can just let me film this one clip. Like, I finished The Burning God. Words aren't adequate to describe how I'm feeling. So what I'm gonna do is put in some lost footage of clips from when I was filming a reaction vlog to book 2. And those clips just never, the vlog itself never saw the light of day because it just was a hot mess. Like I was just not, it was nothing but crying the whole reading experience. So enter the clips now.
Akasha knows I'm not okay. Because I just finished Dragon Republic. And at least I don't have to worry about certain characters anymore because everybody's dead. So now I can go into the 3rd book not concerned about anybody because everybody's dead. Like, I thought chapter 21 of the Poppy War destroyed me. But this just takes the cake. Like, I wish R.F. Kuang would stop fucking wrecking me. I hate this woman, and I love this woman, and I love this freaking book, and I'm just... Y'all, I need a drink. Make the pain stop. I want to make it perfectly clear that alcohol is not a way to cope with your problems. Fucking somebody help me. Like, I can't. 5 out of 5 stars. Just take all the stars. You already took my sanity.
Yep, and that's pretty much how I feel about this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. The first half and the second half of the book were so freaking impactful. I mean, look at how much I tabbed. These are my tabs for part 3. The first 2 parts of the book were way more impactful, and I honestly thought the ending was very anticlimactic. And I hate to say it, but that is how I feel. That being said, I thought the ending was brilliant. I thought it made a lot of sense. I loved this book, and the book was shaping up to be my favorite out of the three. I'm actually really surprised that this isn't my favorite. I didn't think anything could top books 1 and 2. And honestly, for the first 400 pages, this book was blowing parts 1 and 2 out of the water. I thought that there were a lot of missed opportunities, and that's really all that I can say. And I'm not disappointed with the ending. What I'm disappointed with are some of those missed opportunities. That's like all I can say is missed opportunities. I'm giving the book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I don't even know what to say. It was fantastic. It really was fantastic. I actually really want to go back and reread the series now. I just have this burning, no pun intended, desire to reread the series. I'm not sure if this beats Name of the Wind for me. Only time will tell, time and multiple rereads, but I really, really, really love this book. I can't wait to hear your reactions and such. I'm just going to end the vlog here. I can't wait to see what this author comes up with next.
I'm destroyed.
All right, y'all, that is going to do it for this video. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below with the word flame or leave a flame emoji in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love it if you became a part of my bookish family. All my social media links are in the description box below. Stay safe until next time. I can't wait to see you in my next video.